Good evening, or if you're watching the repeat, Happy New Year. And welcome to Britain's Hidden Gems. I'm Sanjeev Kohli. You can't prove I'm not. Throughout this series, we'll be travelling around various cities in Britain and having a wee gander and a wander through the art and the culture which contribute to their identity. This week we look at Scotland's capital, Glasgow. Yes, I said capital. Now, Glasgow is the birthplace of many great comics, and a certain West End venue has established some of these.
The Stand in Glasgow, situated on Woodlands Road, it is almost certainly the go-to place for exciting new Scottish comedy. The club first started in Edinburgh in 1995 and soon Glasgow followed, opening its doors in 2000 with the city's first ever purpose-built comedy club.
The Stand's been opening in Glasgow for 12 years now. I think this is maybe our 13th year we're heading into. Started in Edinburgh 2 years before that. And very quickly opened here. We've just opened in Newcastle as well last October, so they're heading for a year's opening as well. I think the Stand comedy clubs, certainly Glasgow and Edinburgh, are the only comedy clubs in the UK to be open 7 nights a week, doing comedy every single night. Well, I suppose the two biggest guys really are Frankie Boyle and Kevin Bridges.
How do we get to decide who takes the first step?
Have you seen any coyotes?
I've been coming here for a while, and especially to Improv Wars, I'm a bit of a fan.
That's a big question, how many times have I performed at the Stand? I've been performing at the Stand on a weekly basis for about 7-8 years.
It's actually amazing. It's amazing. I thought I would worry about the exit, but I love it. I love it very much.
Well, the Stand as a venue I found just fantastic. It's been it's really the only comedy club that runs 7 nights a week, as far as I know, in the country.
It's certainly a big space to get a nice audience in, and they're always a nice audience. They know when to shut up and let the comedian speak.
One of the beauties about the Stand comedy clubs generally are that they're kind of tailored towards each individual venue and host city, I suppose, whatever you want to call it. You know, certainly we have acts and shows on in Glasgow that don't perform in any of the other clubs, and similarly there are acts that, you know, are big favourites in Edinburgh that, you know, just there's no point in them coming here at all.
Hello and welcome to the relationship hotline. How can I help? All right, she won't. Right. Have you tried turning her on again?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good to see people, you know, right at the beginning and sort of, you know, see them progress and you know, hit the heady heights of television stardom, should they so wish. And it's good to see, you know, it's a good job. You get to see a lot of different comedy, you get to meet a lot of different people, and the hours are great as well.
And joining me now is a young lady who knows all about stand-up, so we made her sit down. Claire Michael, thank you for joining me today.
You're welcome.
So the Glasgow Stand, I've heard more than one stand-up talk about it as the best stand-up venue in Britain. What's it like from your perspective? Does it deserve that reputation?
Well, I would say so. I first went to a gig at the Stand in 1994 when I was 21. I'd go to other venues on an ad hoc sort of basis, but it never ever felt the same. It wasn't as intimate a gig.
But the Stand, I always got the impression, was more of a specialist comedy venue, but you do still get that wide demographic.
Absolutely, there's a real cross mix. I think when you know comedy, the Stand's the place for you. As I said, it's the bare bones. You know, it's no frills. It's all the same acts that go to the Stand, but because it's a smaller venue and it's intimate, you're literally sitting on the act.
Well, Claire, thank you for enlightening us on the Stand. I'm sorry we made you sit. Thank you for joining us. Now, like comedy, music is a massive part of Glasgow's culture. The city is full of venues which showcase new talent, and here is one of them.
King Tut started in 1991, I think it was. It used to be a club called Saints and Sinners. Before King Tut's in Glasgow, there was no real venue of this size for bands to come up and play. You either played in a bar where half the crowd were there to see you and half weren't arsed, or at the end of a club night when everyone was drunk. What we try and do at King Tut's is kind of spoil bands, and we find bands at this level aren't used to that yet, and that's why you get bands coming back and playing these shows. We had the Manics come back 2 years ago to play here because we were the first promoters to feed them hot food. Radiohead have played here. We had the Killers playing here in 2002 for 50 quid, supporting Stellar Star, and the engineer report that night said, "I was blown away by the Killers, great new band, I think they'll do good things." Obviously the Biff have played here countless times. Biffy Clyro played 4 nights in 2006. That was the record for the 4 nights in a row, complete sellout. And Idlewild came back in 2007 and broke that record. So I've been quietly telling the Biff guys since then that we've got to come back and beat Idlewild's record, so fingers crossed. But yeah, there's been loads of bands, obviously you guys have seen it on the stairs as you're walking up, that we kind of try and highlight. I think a lot of people speak about Oasis a lot, whereas we're not just an indie venue, as much as we're proud of the Oasis history. Imagine it's through King Tut's that a lot of bands have discovered Glasgow. Imagine it would be the first port of call when playing here. And it's through us bringing these bands up here that they've grown to love the city. I suppose you've all been to gigs in Glasgow before and you've all heard them say that Glasgow crowds are the best, you guys are great, and think that they're going to tell Newcastle that tomorrow night. And it's weird being up there after a show and hearing the bands say Glasgow crowds are actually the best. And you're like, oh really? Like, yeah, Glasgow crowds are actually the best. It's not just something they say. So I suppose it's good to get these guys in and show them what Glasgow's like at an early stage. I think King Tut's is the kind of place where, because of the standard of touring acts we come through, a lot of these people who bought tickets to come see the shows are paying £6 to come see their mate's band. And they'll come and see the headline act and check them out. And it could be the next Killers, it could be the next Snow Patrol, the next Biffy Clyro that they've just seen.
Well, here to share their experiences of King Tut's are Glasgow's own These Little Kings. There they are, 2 of them. How are you boys?
Not bad, how are you?
I'm good.
Very well, thanks.
King Tut's then, iconic venue, discuss.
There's a vibe that you get in there that other venues don't seem to have. Like, for being that small, it doesn't feel small when you're in it.
I would say it's probably the greatest in the world. Definitely.
When you walk up to the venue, you see on each step there's the bands that have played there before you, like the bands that have now went on to make it. And the names just keep going on. So as you get further up the list, you start to see more modern bands, and you just think one day the top step could be your name. You know?
And being Glasgow boys, Govan boys, has that informed you musically, do you think?
King Tut's is definitely the bands that come through it. Like, us as a band, we're kind of influenced by like a lot of Scottish acts just now.
Well, listen, I have enjoyed your chat. I think everyone has, and I wouldn't want you to go away thinking that I hadn't, but I do want to see you play as well.
Yeah.
So do you think you could maybe ready yourselves to step into the musical arena?
Yep, definitely.
Nice one, okay. Well, huge thank you to all my guests tonight. Join me next week as I'll be finding out about arts and culture in Edinburgh. It does exist. Now, playing us out, as promised, These Little Kings.
How quickly we grew apart. You didn't even notice. You didn't even notice. Always said that we were doomed from the start. You didn't even notice. No, you didn't even notice you left a part of me that day. And you set up stall just to give us all away. We were drunk like you didn't even give a f. So I came here with a motive. Do you feel lucky, punk? And so I got hold of a weapon. I'm not afraid to use it now. I fear you've got the upper hand, and I'm here to bring you down. You've lost your way. Save your excuses for another day, 'cause this is you, kick it out. Quick, throw your guns. I felt it all, the tears that you let out, boy. You didn't seem to care. You didn't seem to care. I held it up the most part in my hands, boy. You didn't seem to care. No, you didn't seem to care that you left a part of me that day. And you set up soldiers to give us all away. Though we were drunk, like you didn't even give up. So I came here with a motive. Do you feel lucky, punk? I got hold of a weapon. I'm not afraid to use it now. I fear you've got the upper hand, and I'm here to bring you down. You've lost your way. Save your excuses for another day, 'cause this is you, kick it out. Quick, draw your gun. Quick, draw your guns. Quick, draw your gun. Quick, draw your gun. Quick, draw your gun. Quick, draw your guns. Quick, draw your guns. Quick, draw your guns. Quick, draw your guns. Say you wanna say I've got it. Say you wanna say I've got it now, 'cause I've got it now. Say you wanna say I've got it. Say you wanna say I've got it now, 'cause I've got it now.